It's just been a fabulous week. I would say this is probably one of the greatest tournaments in my 8 years that we've had, just with attendance and just the energy and vibe of our fans and our school, even our board members. Like, people are really engaged in a special way. I think the focus of staying true to our mission, making sure that we protect our brand, making sure that the community and the people that want to be involved understand what that means for them as well. Everybody's responsible if you want to be a part of the CIAA tournament, from our member institutions, from people who don't even come to the games, in the community that we're serving. So I think the whole part of who we are as a CIAA, what are our goals, what impact are we trying to make, and who's trying to be a part of that. And our communication tools, I think, have really helped us raise the bar of making sure that everybody understands what we're trying to do and what we want our outcomes to look like. Since we announced it January of 2019, the contact has still been constant. They understand that we have this tournament to run, but there's been some pre-planning. We put transition teams together. We brought transition teams from all the member institutions to the Baltimore area in June. Our sponsors came there as well. Everyone got to look at the footprint, look at the hotel. So we've done a lot of pre-work already. We've created a logo that we are putting out. We're getting ready to put tickets and hotels out. That's something that we haven't done in the past. And so we're ready, Herb. It's a basketball tournament. We can run a tournament anywhere. I think it's getting people to see the energy and vibe of moving it from a place that's been here 15 years, and that it's okay to transition to another location and give them the opportunity to make the same impact. There's a need in Baltimore, as there is in Charlotte, as it is in any urban city that has an HBCU. So we're excited. I think you always want to have that high demand of, and the leverage and the opportunity to have great partners. It may be Charlotte's way, but at the end of the day, it's CIAA brand and member institutions. So we want to match their way with what we have to do to execute this tournament. And it's been a great run here. The Queen City, we've been wearing our crowns here and wearing them strong. We've learned a lot about ourselves as a conference. I think we've learned a lot about ourselves as a community. We live here as well, but even learning the platform of how we collaborate together to get work done. I think everybody's enjoyed the opportunity to be here. So, Charlotte, I'm sure we'll continue to discuss and figure out how to submit a bid in the future. We're always going to look at venues. We want our kids to play in the best venue in any area that they're in. We're going to look at hotels. We need the best rates and prices, and we also want to know, the type of revenue or resources that are going to be provided so it can help us give more back to our institutions. So all those things are going to be considered in working with our cities in future bid opportunities. I think we change all of our championships every 2 to 3 years, so we're quite familiar with all cities for our championships. We're always looking for locations where our CIAA schools are so they can be the host schools. So this is the first time that we've actually moved this tournament in 15 years, so giving us an opportunity to see what other cities are interested, to also see what opportunities are available, but really to give those schools that are up north and those board members who have a very strong interest to recruit in that area and have our brand in that area so they can bring new alumni within that Baltimore region, or the DMV as they call. I think it's just as important as it would be for the North Carolina schools. So, there's a shared collaboration between our board. There's an understanding and value of the opportunity. How can we work together so we can all win, when this tournament goes out to bid. We did our feasibility study back in 2013 or 14. That's when we started to put our strategic plan. Our strategic plan ends this year. Part of our strategic plan was about expansion. We brought Claflin in. We lost Shawan. We've looked at associate members, that will bring in other sports, to enhance some of our other sports. The conversation always stays aboard. It will always be a part of our strategic plan. I don't think we ever want to get stagnant. We want to make sure that we have the sports that we need to sponsor for our student athlete experience and the right institutions to be in the mix. So who knows? Schools make decisions whether they want to come or go. Right now, I think we're pretty stable. I think our schools love being in this conference and love being Division II. That's the bigger thing. It takes a lot of resources to manage when you're moving from conference to conference, and also from division to division. So from my understanding, our board is very happy about being in here, but always wants to talk about the opportunity to expand.